What's up?
Daddy.
It's your girl, or boy, made-up imaginary anime character, Mirthy. And today we're gonna talk about how and when you should think about making a voice acting demo reel. Step 1. You gotta know that voice acting means you can control your voice very well, and act very well. If you can't do either, then you are still learning and probably shouldn't make one. Don't put up shit drawings on a billboard. Put them on the fridge. Why? Because everyone knows you're gonna get better than the fridge. But if you're pushing out product that's not up to par yet, it's perceived that you, wait for it, push out shit product. I personally took some voice acting courses first and auditioned for a good amount of projects before I dug down and created mine. And that points out, step dose. Never fear, because you don't need a demo to start voice acting. Most gigs ask for fresh auditions using their characters' lines and voice parameters, because even if you had a demo, it might not showcase the right voice for that new audition. So just go out and audition with new clips every single time. Once you get good and have been in a few productions, then you can do one of two things. Use the sound clips or video clips from those projects and edit them into a demo reel. Or you can create one from scratch, which is pretty fun. I personally wanted to do the scratch style, but that's just me. They both work perfectly fine. Step triangle. Let's say you got your skills up enough that you'd like a demo reel to send alongside your auditions now. Maybe people are starting to ask if you have one so that they can share your ability with other people. It's time to create. A demo reel needs a couple things. If it's a character demo reel, which is what we're focusing on in this episode, then you'll likely need background music clips, sound effects, a script, an emotional scheme, and of course, the most important, your voice and skills. And to add on to this, you need to assess your secondary skills, namely audio, editing, music and effects editing and mastering, and script writing. If you suck at them but want to make an awesome demo that you can use for like the next couple years, then it's important to think about working with someone who is skilled in these and use them. Think about regular actors who need to pay for headshots and things like that. They don't just get good at photography just for the headshots. They go out to a photography studio and get some professionally made. This is your headshot. Putting money into this is an investment into the possible money to be made. You have to advertise yourself well if you want to get noticed. I got enough confidence in my work after a couple months, and I'm cheap, so I decided to learn each part of the process and DIY it. But as time goes on, I'll make another one with a pro, no doubt. Step banana milk. Hey Mirthy, some people have such cool moving videos or visual effects on their demos. I don't know how to do that. What do I do?
Hold the fuck off.
First off, fuck all that noise, dude. It's not necessary. It looks cool for posting on socials though, so if you want to spend money or maybe even a cheap Fiverr gig to get one of them made, go ahead. But most projects are going to be receiving your demo in audio format, so fuck it, dude. I created an image using Microsoft Paint and Photoshop skills. And I'm talking just the skills, no Photoshop. And that's good enough for me, my guy. Now your next step would be to think about your strengths. The demo isn't, it's not time to push your boundaries. It's the time to showcase your best acting ability, your vocal range, and your emotional range. First, pick, let's say, about 6 voices. Remember, your bestest work first. But really, they should all be your best, top 6 voices anyways. And I mean, pick your go-to voice. If you're the bad guy who goes deep and growly, do it. Or the lolly cute schoolgirl, fucking do it. Or if you're a strong antagonist or secondary or protag, do that. And if you're the wimpy underdog hero, fucking own it, man. It doesn't fucking matter. Do your most comfortable and fluent voice acting and come out running, starting strong. If you do all of these, great. Pick 6 and then fucking, run with it. And of course you can throw in, if you do them really well, old people voices or kid voices or accents. But caution, these need to be fluent. And that means you can laugh, cry, yell and scream, be mad and sad in this voice. Then do it. Now you've selected your voice types. On to the next step. Step Shakespeare. Time to write up a script, people. Some people suck at this. You can either try your hand at it or find some free scripts online, or hire and commission someone to help you write one using the character voices that you have in your voice acting toolbox. I ended up doing this myself. I got inspiration from free script prompts online that I found, as well as from anime scenes that I loved. One thing you should really put into your script is something called emotional transitions. So let's break the script down. If you have 6 voices, so you're going to have about 6 10-second long scenes, basically. A 10-second scene for each voice, and each mini scene should showcase that potential character's personality. And a great way to simultaneously showcase your acting skills is to put in an emotional transition. For example, let's say you're the bad guy and you're about to win and take over the world. This equals a smug voice and maybe some chuckling or some evil laughter and such like that. Then the hero of the scene, which, side note, you don't have to voice him, but if there is a voice for it, it should be you. But you can just leave it kind of like a phone call where like the villain's just talking and you don't know what he's talking to, but you can tell by his reactions that there's some dude fucking shit up. And when the hero, takes things into his own hands and flips the tables, now your villain's emotions turn to shock, horror, anger, or sadness. Something like that. It could be anything. It could be a shy kid who's timid and quiet, but then he gets embarrassed and yells like he's angry to cover up his feelings, or like, he's blushing and he doesn't want to admit to his crush, that kind of thing. The easiest way to figure this part out is to write down a list of emotions, pair them up, make sure they're, kind of opposites, and then connect them with one of the voices that you've chosen to use on your demo. Then you can write a 10-second script for that scene. Boom, you have 6 mini scenes showing a huge range of acting skill and emotion and voices all at once. Now to make it cinematic. Pro tip number 679. Either get a director to live direct you during the recording process, or get used to listening to your clips over and over again and tweaking them little by little on your own. Step shampoo. Now you got the vocals, but you still need the sick beats. I would recommend that you find a good sound guy. Plenty of options from Twitter and the voice acting community. It probably won't be free, and honestly, it'll be worth it. But if you're gonna go homemade like I did, then there are 2 options. Mix your own music, which I'd reserve for musicians or producers, or find some cool free/royalty-free music and sound effects online. There are a couple of good websites for this and tons that I probably don't know. I'll try to put some down below in the description. But try to pick music that really match the vibe of each scene and base it off of the emotions. And the sound effects aren't 100% necessary, but are totally fun to add that extra layer to a scene. And don't forget to mix it right. This means make sure you can still hear your voice. Don't let the music be too loud or the explosions and crap block out your words. At the end of the day, the casting director needs to be able to judge your acting ability, not your sound engineering skills. Step 1100. Some people like to put what is called a slate at the beginning of a demo reel. This is where you introduce yourself. Something like Jeremy Graves, character demo reel, 2017. Pro tip number 1000.8. Drop the slates. Don't do them. It dates the audio clip, so in 4 years when you're still using it because it's still good, people notice that it's old. No good, dude. Also, they don't need that. They got your name and info already in the email or site or form that you are auditioning on. And, I made my first demo saying my name and character
Jeremy
demo
Graves,
reel, blah,
character
blah, blah,
demo reel.
No year at least, thank the Lord or whatever, but still, take it out. Drop it all off. You could just, delete it on the audio side of things and just leave it as that, man. On average, you got 15 to 30 seconds to amaze a casting director to listen until the end. And they got 100+ to go through, so don't waste their time with names and dates. Use your 1 minute of sacred demo time to gently caress them in their ears until they crave it on a daily basis. Anyways, step 8. Slap all this shit together and kiss your mom on the mouth, because today you start your
Voice
Pokemon
acting.
journey and head out on your own, wielding your very own demo to shove it everyone's face
Please don't do this.
and spam on every social media.
Please only once in a while or when auditioning.
And that's power! But don't forget, if you're having trouble, kick logic out. Reach for the impossible. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the Mirthy that believes in you. See you later, Mirthlings. Psst. Quick note. In the description below, I'm going to be listing a few suggestions for resources in connection to the content of this video, as well as some links to beginner voice acting gear recommendations. I hope to see you out there in the trenches with me, back to back. As long as we got each other, no one can stop us. Please like and subscribe.